order. Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'll just say a prayer. I don't know what it is. Dear God, watch over our actions tonight. Help us to make good decisions. Bless the people of this town. Help us all to know thy will and do it. In the name of Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen. Okay. Attendance roll call.
Rob Snyder.
Present.
Joe VonSas. Tim Klunk.
Here.
Kim Wagner.
Yes.
Keith Lewter.
Here.
Tom Snyder.
Here.
Steve Pascoe.
Here. Okay, I just want people to know Councilman VonSas is out of town this week, so the reason he's not here tonight. Okay, so we have a conditional use hearing for the property at 363 North Street, and I will let our solicitor, Gibson, he'll conduct the hearing.
Great, thank you, Mr. President. We can go on the record. Good evening. This is a date and time set for the public hearing on the conditional use application filed by Brad Farley Jr. on behalf of McSherrystown Home Association relating to the property located at 363 North Street, McSherrystown, Pennsylvania. Is Mr. Farley in attendance here? Yes. Great. My name is Luke Gibson. I'm a solicitor to McSherrystown Borough, and my role tonight is to advise the board on the law regarding the application before it. Tonight's hearing is being recorded by a court reporter. On her behalf, I will ask, as we proceed tonight, only one person at a time should speak. When you speak, please give your first and last name and the spelling of your last name. Please speak clearly so that we can hear what you're saying and is properly recorded. Please turn off or silence all cell phones. If anyone wishes to enter their appearance as a party, please note that parties have certain rights and responsibilities. As a party, you'll be permitted to cross-examine the applicant's witnesses and present your own testimony and witnesses, who will be subject to cross-examination by the applicant. Are there any members of the public tonight who wish to enter their appearance as a party? And I'll note that there is time for public comments afterwards if you simply wish to address council regarding the application. All right, hearing and seeing none, we will move ahead. The criteria for approving this conditional use for a conversion apartment is found in sections 215-10A and 215-82 of the zoning ordinance of the Borough of McSherrystown. The purpose of this hearing is to determine whether the applicant can meet the express requirements of the zoning ordinance. If the applicant can meet all of the requirements, council may impose reasonable conditions on any approval as it may deem necessary. The applicant has the burden of production on the specific criteria stated in the ordinance. Objectors are required to present substantial evidence to support their claims. Mere speculation of possible harms is insufficient. Council does not adhere to formal rules of evidence, but irrelevant, immaterial, or unduly repetitious evidence may be excluded. Any person aggrieved by this decision may appeal to the Court of Common Pleas of Adams County in accordance with the municipality's planning code. All right, the conduct of tonight's hearing will be as follows. We will first hear from the borough's witness and enter the borough's exhibits into evidence. Then the applicant will be provided time for a statement and to present their witnesses and evidence. Any council member may ask questions of the witnesses before they're excused. Then the council will receive public comment. Council may or may not issue a decision tonight. It has up to 45 days to issue a decision once the hearing is closed. All right. Mr. Farley, are you represented by council tonight? Do you have an attorney?
No.
Okay. Just wanted to inform you do have a right to have an attorney here if you would like. And do you understand the procedure for the hearing as I've explained? And do you have any objections to it?
Yes, sir.
Sounds good. All right, we can start by swearing in the witnesses.
And you want to stand and raise your hand?
Sure.
Pretty sure. All right, just swear to tell the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, or affirm?
Do.
All right, we'll start with the borough's witness.
Okay. My name is Linda Beckwith. I'm with Pennsylvania Municipal Code Alliance, and we provide zoning services to the borough of McSherrystown. We received the application for this hearing, and the hearing was duly advertised according to the regulations of the borough. It's been advertised in a newspaper of local publication 2 successive weeks, not more than 30 days or less than 7 days prior to the hearing. The property has also been posted in accordance with the borough regulations, and I do have a copy of the proof of publication to enter into the record. Or you have the original? Okay. And do you also need a copy of the application entered into the record, or has that already been provided to this?
Do you have a copy of that? If not, yes, we can add that into the record.
Okay.
All right.
The only other statement I have is that this is considered a conversion apartment to convert a single-family dwelling into 2 dwelling units. It is permitted as a conditional use in accordance with the criteria of Section 215-82 in the zoning district R1 here in McSherrystown Borough. Did you want me to go through that criteria, or just let the applicant present?
We can let the applicant present on that.
Perfect. That's all I have at this time.
Great. Do any members of council have any questions for Ms. Beckwith? All right, then we can move on to the applicant. Mr. Farley, the floor is yours. You may make your case.
All right, so it's my first time, so please be patient. Brad Farley, F-A-R-L-E-Y. We currently had an apartment that was not taken care of by the previous tenants. Sorry. And we decided that it was time for them to move on their way, for us to try to give the home new life. It's 1,800 square foot. We could very easily split it so that we can help 2 families out. So what we were trying to do is split the bottom floor into its own unit, the top floor into its own unit as well, having fire escapes and everything for the top floor so that we follow codes and stuff like that. We have all the drawings submitted. There is obviously 2 supplies of water that was needed for this application as well. That was also submitted with the application, as well as the capabilities of the sewer being able to take care of 2 tenants in the building. We have plenty of parking behind it as well. We have a business right beside it, the McSherrystown Home Association, and there's plenty of parking that we can allot just for those tenants as well, because I know that's required. We're not moving any earth. We're simply just renovating the unit so that it's capable to take care of 2 families rather than 1. No sewage was changed on it. Everything's exactly how it was, other than the addition of 1 kitchen sink upstairs. We're just trying to get it so that we can help 2 families out rather than 1, and give our house another 15 years of life.
Any councilman? Yes.
Yeah, I have a question. How many bedrooms upstairs? How many bedrooms
It's
downstairs?
2 bedroom, 1 bath upstairs with a full kitchen. Downstairs is it's a studio, but there are pocket doors because it's an old building. It's really cool. 9-foot tall pocket doors, so we could have it as a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, full kitchen as well downstairs.
Does it have the sewer? Is it 1 pipe or 2? Is that?
It is 1 pipe, the 1 main that goes out. However, like I said, we didn't add anything from the existing already except for a kitchen sink, which was approved that the system will be able to handle that capacity.
And so you said these are 2 families, or just?
It's currently 1 building that the tenant had reign of both floors. Now we're creating it so there's 2 entries. We would like to create it that there's 2 entries so that we can have solitarily a downstairs unit as well as an upstairs unit.
Okay, and these are just regular working people. It's not families. It's not Section 8 or anything, government
No,
assistance.
sir. Just application process and stuff.
Okay.
But there's 2 ways out of each one.
Yes, sir. There's a front door on the front and a back door on the first floor. Then there's a back door, and we're adding a balcony. We would like to add a emergency exit balcony out the back of the building as well.
You have other rentals too on behind the
We have
business
1
there?
other unit, yes, sir.
Okay.
We used to have a lot more than that, but previous managers downsized.
Okay.
I have to say, I've been around, I live close to the home association, and everything they do is top notch. And I don't know of any issues you've had with any of the rentals or anything like that. I know you,
Not at
on
all.
top
We
of
try to
things.
take care of people.
Yep.
We're
Yeah.
trying to help people get their feet under them.
Right. Yep.
Do you know what the lot area of each of the dwellings will be?
I'm sorry.
Do you know what the lot area of each of the new units will be?
The square footage of the interior of the building is a total of about 1,800 square foot, so it'll be about 900 square foot per apartment.
Okay. And you said that each unit will have its own cooking and bathroom
Yep.
facilities?
Yep.
Any other questions from council?
Got smoke detectors?
We do. And we will have them wired together so that if something happens upstairs, the downstairs is aware as well.
Of course. Yep. It's a biggie.
Anything else you'd like to add, Mr. Farley?
Yes, sir. Appreciate
All
you
right.
guys having us.
Great, thank you. All right, council will now receive public comment regarding the application. Does anyone from the public wish to comment on specific to this conditional use application? And keep in mind, there will be a separate public comment period later for the general comments. All right, hearing none, I will close the public comment period. Council now has three options. Someone can make a motion now to approve the application tonight or to deny it. You could make a motion to adjourn to executive session for advice from council, or you could take no action tonight and plan to vote at a future meeting. A reminder, you have 45 days to act from the day of today, which would take us out to June 24.
I'll make a motion to grant the conditional use.
I'll second.
Okay. So, should I? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries then.
Great. The application is granted.
Congratulations.
Yep, congratulations.
Appreciate that.
All right, and we can close the record and adjourn the hearing.
Okay, great.
It's all right, we'll excuse ourselves.
Yep,
Yep, sure.
Very much.
thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Are we okay as well?
Yep.
Thank you. Appreciate it all, folks.
Yeah. Take your time.
Yep. Just keep moving. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do March.
Okay, we'll move on here to the agenda here.
Can we get her just 1 second?
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, lost track of her.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'll keep it in the file. Yep.
Hope everybody had a chance to look over the meeting
Yes.
minutes. Yeah, and then the expenditures too.
She said you're good. She'll just sneak out.
Okay,
Thank you.
yeah, it's nothing
Thanks for coming.
personal here. Okay. Oh, thanks. So I'll need a motion to approve the April 10th meeting minutes as written.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No clue.
Motion carries. Okay, announcements, communications. Is that you, Jess?
Please report.
Well, I know the police,
Oh,
but
yeah, I guess I-
maybe you can go first if you have something. Then we'll let.
I didn't bring my paper in here. The one thing we want to talk about was just reminder for residents to do grass and weeds. Just make sure your weeds and everything, the ordinance states under 5 inches. So cleaning those up. We are still having Public Works go around and pick up brush for the time being. We still have had big piles of brush out, but that's going to be ending here for the next couple weeks. So if you have brush, please put it out before the end of May.
Okay,
I think that's it.
yep, thank you. Turn the time over to Mayor first and then Police Chief.
At this moment, I don't have anything.
Okay, thank you. Chief?
Okay, I'd like to mention, we had our drug take back on April 27th. We got 93 plus pounds, and I would like to thank Councilman Snyder for coming and helping out with that. It was a rainy day, but we still had a reasonable turnout, so I'll be doing the report for March since we didn't have an opportunity to do that for the last meeting. So I'd like to read a letter to the council if I may. This month, I would like to focus upon the McSherrystown Borough Police Department's criminal investigations capacity. Our department is fortunate that it employs 2 certified criminal investigators. This allows our police department the ability to gather and investigate crimes as they occur. Detective Corporal Jeffrey Carey leads our department's investigative services. Detective Carey is responsible for the oversight and management of the department's investigative caseload. Detective Carey routinely gathers information by collecting information and relevant evidence from a variety of sources. He will frequently canvass our town for information and witnesses, as well as conducting exhaustive interviews to successfully bring recommendations for prosecution to the Adams County District Attorney's Office. Most of our department's investigative caseload focus upon or a nexus to harassment, threats, fraud, family and/or sexual violence, crimes against property, and illegal drugs. Our goal is to promote safer neighborhoods and end violence, so some of their work is preventative, such as removing illegal substances from our streets or patrolling areas that are known for potential problems. Our strong relationships with county prosecutors have resulted in several high-profile arrests, as well as the successful outcomes of 3 separate incidents involving 2 unrelated defendants and separate jury trials in the past few months. It is an essential service that our department provides to the community, enhancing public safety and improving the quality of life for residents and visitors alike. For March, our total calls for service were 213. Our proactive policing initiatives, we had 30 building checks, 105 business checks, 13 school checks, and we had 23 vehicle stops. Our reactive policing initiatives, we had 0 alarms, 2 animal complaints, 1 assault, no burglaries, 5 civil incidents, 1 criminal mischief, 1 disorderly conduct, 4 disturbances, 6 domestics, 1 drug violation, 3 firearms, 1 fire, 4 harassments, and 1 kidnapping. We had 3 mental health incidents, 1 ordinance violation, 4 parking complaints, 1 public drunk, 1 sex offense, 3 suspicious activities, 1 theft, 5 traffic accidents, 4 traffic complaints, 2 criminal trespasses, and 1 warrant. Under community policing initiatives, we had 3 medical assist, 1 police assist, 1 request for assistance, 1 family and children incident, 8 mutual aids, 2 public service, and 5 welfare checks. In our other duties, we had 3 emergency maintenances, 36 field contact reports, and 3 911 hang-ups. On our follow-ups to other calls, we had 1. We had 3 lost and found, 2 miscellaneous information requests, 2 police notifications, and 3 validations. In our time and attendance, we had 717 hours and 23 minutes, 59 overtime hours, and 10 vacation hours. Monthly totals for miles on vehicles was 1,395, with total fuel used being 243.8 U.S. gallons. We had no donations for March. Under traffic enforcement, we had 5 traffic accidents, 23 vehicle stops, resulting in 9 citations and 14 traffic warnings, 4 parking complaints, 2 parking citations, and 2 parking warnings. Under our criminal arrests, we had 6 adult arrests, 2 juvenile allegations, and 2 other agency referrals.
Now, is this a monthly one that you did since we didn't meet last time?
Yeah, this was for March.
March.
And we'll have April's ready for you
Yeah.
soon here.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes,
You had said you collected 93 pounds
93 plus pounds
of
the drugs that we had taken
so
back.
that's of different
Yeah,
types.
prescriptions, yeah, that's not,
Okay.
it's not seizures. This is a drug take back. It's a program that they have twice a year.
All right.
So people who have unused prescriptions, they can bring them to us, and we take and get rid of them.
Your emergency maintenance, what is that actually?
I believe that time it was for the stoplight up here,
Okay,
so we had issues with that.
okay. And your overtime hours, just generalizing, what would they be used for?
Some of that was for investigations. At the beginning of March, we actually had a warrant that Detective Corporal Carey and I executed, and that took up quite a bit of time.
Okay.
And then, of course, in between all of that is investigative hours.
Okay, and court time probably?
And court
Okay.
time as well, yes.
All right. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now it's time for the public comment. Is there anybody that has anything they want to bring up?
Oh, it was just PMCA.
Okay. All right. With that, we'll move on to new business. We had brought this up the last meeting about, now we want to bring it up again. Approval of changes to the Be There environmental contract for the porta potty services. So I'll need a motion.
I have a question
Yeah.
on that first.
Yeah, please.
I've read I guess this is the contract that you sent. It says that it's written on here that they'll pick up or lock Fairview and Senior Center. I thought we wanted them to pick up and not just lock it because we were having vandalism.
I was going to give
Problems.
them the option, but it would be their risk that they're taking if they decide to lock them instead of,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, I mean, I can ask them just to pick them up if that's what everyone wants.
Well, I mean,
The point was that we would only be paying for the one over the
okay,
winter months.
there's no cost difference.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
Do you think it's a good contract?
Yeah,
think it's
I've
solid.
been going around, he's cleaning them Mondays and Thursdays, and I've been checking them every Tuesday and Friday, and there's been toilet paper in them every time. They've been clean for the most part. I feel like he's doing a good job. Having the 2 times a week seems to really be helping.
Okay.
So he just started that with, what was it? It would have been this month,
Yeah, maybe.
So,
Okay, so I'll need a motion to approve the changes to the Be There contract. The cost will be $480 a month to have the 4 regular porta potties serviced twice per week from April to November.
Make that motion.
Steve? Okay.
I'll second
You
it.
second it? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. So we have one more item. We'd like to make an appointment of a code enforcement officer. Jess, do you want to say a few things about that?
previously, we were sending out, anytime we get a complaint into the office, we would send out a letter to that resident to let them know. And that was something that was set up in 2023 by our previous manager. We just kind of continued the process into the new year. But in looking into it, we thought it'd be better to appoint an actual person to sign those letters and have that person be able to collect the photos and whatever they need to do for that. So,
Okay, so I would need a motion to appoint Linda Salisbury as our code enforcement officer. She's already doing a lot of the work right now anyway.
Josh, we may want to add that most of what I'm sending out is for the grass and weed and the vehicle and junk. Anything that's got to do with like animals, because I know in the past we had a resident that it was a rat infestation. We send that stuff directly to PMCA. But it's just mainly the grass and weeds and the junk and the vehicles that I have been handling.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, so I'll need a motion if,
I make a motion, we appoint Linda Salisbury as our code enforcement officer.
I'll second it.
okay. All in favor?
Aye.
And I didn't see any opposed, so motion carries.
I'd like to make a comment there after that, Rob. Just so the people of town know that code enforcement is coming from residents making calls to the office, and that is where Linda gets her information to follow up on them. And the same thing, it will be, we're trying to get the town looking good again. There's just too much that was left go. and we're just trying to make the town look good again. There's plenty of vehicles sitting around town that are on tug, uninspected, that, need to be addressed as well. Anyone in town has any complaints, call the office will take care of it. Where it's up to the residents to make the calls. We're not, doing it on our own, only on calls that come into the office.
I'm glad you said that, because the town people need to know it's not Linda being the junk police. That people need to know this is comments coming from your fellow residents that other people are complaining about. It's not just one person picking at you. Everybody's involved. It's an involvement thing. So.
Yeah, go ahead, Lynn.
Just so it's made aware with what Tom just said, when a resident calls in here, be it myself taking the call or Jess, we do not ask who's calling their information. We don't ask if it's Joe calling in on Tom. We don't do that. They just call in, they give us the address, they tell us what the grass or weed, whatever it may be, and that's how it's left. We don't require them to give us their information. So it's basically, they're calling confidentially. So I just wanted to put that out there with what Tom was saying.
Yeah, and the borough does follow up after the call. They just don't send a letter out. They send someone out to investigate and make sure it's a legitimate complaint, not just somebody with a vendetta against somebody. It has to be a legitimate complaint, and then they will send a letter out.
Correct.
You can take pictures also.
Yes,
Right.
Yes, we did, and that's the only thing that we started new, was doing the pictures just so we had it as a backup for,
Right.
So nobody can say, oh, well, mine wasn't like that. We did initiate the picture thing.
Yep. Appreciate that. Okay. Any other questions about that? Okay. The last one we have here is the approval of expenditures. Any questions about those? Everybody look them over. I need a motion to approve the expenditures from 4/9 to 5/6.
I'll make a motion
All right, need a second.
to approve the check detail April 9th through May 6th, 2023.
You seconded it. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. And any other comments before we close? I need a motion to adjourn then.
Motion to adjourn.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming out.